bills, quick wins, as they are called, 4 in number, as he has explained. But human beings naturally oppose what they do not understand. It is consistent with human nature. When you don't understand something, you oppose it. When many people got to hold the iPhone, Apple phone for the first time, and then they are struggling with operating it. What type of phone is this? They'll go back to the Android. They'll go down to the old one that they are familiar with. But if they see somebody to actually explain to them that this is how this operates, they will now embrace it and realize that it actually makes their work to be easier. I think that is the essence of our gathering this afternoon. People normally and naturally oppose what they do not really understand. And the purpose of this town hall meeting is to widen our horizon so that we'll be able to fill information gap. We'll be able to fill existing knowledge gap, and they'll be able to interrogate these reform bills, tax reform bills, in an informed manner. Because those the educated and the uneducated, the market women and the villagers, everybody has an opinion. And by the time you ask them, have you actually read the bills? They'll say no. Everybody is just expressing the opinions of what other people have said. Having said that, while still waiting for the next resource person, I believe the presentation that he made to us, including the recommendation of removing family tax, the introduction of luxury tax, the introduction of property tax, these are very good and brilliant recommendations about which some of us also have opinions. At this juncture, I would just want to invite those of us that may want to ask questions, make contributions, make observations that will deepen our understanding of the issue at stake. The whole essence of it is to make us to understand what is at stake. What are the pros? What are the cons? What are the benefits? What are the just do a kind of a SWOT analysis. What are the strengths that we have in these reform bills? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities that these new tax reform bills have for us? And what are the threats? And by the time you look at it from the framework of those 4 variables that I mentioned, we could also identify them, even from the presentation of Dr. Kazim. I want to thank you once again for your rapt attention. I could see the faces of everyone. Pay your tax. That is very crucial to this gathering. Well, we can be saying that maybe government is not doing enough, the elected representatives are not doing enough, but each and every one of us should endeavor to play our part by paying our tax as and when due. There's a saying that when you clean your corner and I clean my own corner, the whole room will become clean. So on many occasions, the tragedy of Nigeria is that on many occasions, we always want to play the blame game. Let everybody try as much as possible to do their own part of the bargain. Because if every one of us plays our part, we are going to improve, we are going to progress, we are going to advance. The second point is knowledge is power. You'll agree with me that our knowledge base has increased with what our presenters has given us today. At every occasion, let us always endeavor to increase our knowledge base by attending fora and programs of this nature. I personally have benefited from the contributions that have been made. I've benefited from the lectures that have been presented. And he who is knowledgeable is powerful. The third takeaway from this program is that law is supreme. We are discussing bills, and everybody is making comments, everybody is making contributions, because as soon as the laws are passed, they become supreme, and everybody has to fall in line. If you do not fall in line, that means you are violating the law. We have to try as much as possible to be law-abiding. From simple matters like even having a valid driver's license. I don't know how many people bother to have their licenses updated. So if your license is not up to date, that means you are violating the law. As much as possible, let us appreciate the fact that as we are discussing bills, law is supreme, and we should always try as much as possible to make ourselves law and law abiding. The fourth takeaway, which actually derived from what we heard from the lecturer from Udusok, is that information is the oxygen of the 21st century. When you do not have information in this century, it is as if you are not even existing. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So let us always avail ourselves the opportunities of receiving correct information, because he who is not informed will be deformed. If we are not informed, we'll be deformed. So that is essential. And the last takeaway is sharing is caring. Now we have received information, we have received insights. Let us share the knowledge with other people that are not here. Let us share the information with people that may not be here, so that at the end of the day, they're also going to be updated